Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. So we are working our way to fall break, which is like 3 weeks away. So, yay! Today, last week we talked about kind of managing academic stress. And today I wanted to talk about some things kind of closely associated with good study skills and how to set ourselves up to be successful in our academics and here at school. So, one of the big things to kind of just staying on top of stuff and being able to set ourselves up to be successful is to be organized. So, how do you stay organized? Do you stay organized? I guess is the better question. Now, I will say I have seen, we'll talk about that here in a minute. So, first step to getting organized and being able to stay on top of things and to remember things associated to your classes is a folder. Every class that you have, except for maybe gym, you should have a folder for. And I would recommend having every class a different color folder. So ELA blue, social studies red, science green, etc. So you want folders that have pockets in them. So this folder actually has a hole punch, so I can put it in a 3-ring binder. But you need to have at least 5 to 6 folders. So that way every class has a folder that you can stick things in. Now, I know from elementary all the way through the 6th grade, you are given a folder from like your homeroom teacher. It was a plastic folder. It was very hard to destroy, but they gave you those folders and you use them for all of your classes. And on one side, you had homework, things that you needed to do at home and look at when you got home. And another side was for work that had been completed, graded, you were finished with, and you could leave at home. So that's the general idea of what you need to use these folders for in each class. In each class, you should have one side of the folder to be homework, and one side of the folder to be completed work. So anything that you did not complete in class, you need to put in for homework, and you should be taking home at night to finish and bring back the next day. Now, on the other side, you will put completed work that has already been graded and given back to you to take home, not necessarily to throw away or to forget about. You may need to use those papers that have been completed and graded to help you study for the next test or the next quiz, or to help you on a project that you have for that class. So don't just throw the papers away. You may need them. So again, every class you should have one of these. I think another option is a 3-ring binder. Okay. Now I've seen several of you with those Trapper Keepers that zip up and have the shoulder strap, and you stick all your folders and for all your classes in there. And I think that's great. That is a great way to get organized as long as you're using it in a organizational way. So this is a binder, for example, that I have had. Now I've used this in my jobs, not just here, but previous jobs. But I also did this when I was in high school and in college. I had 3-ring binders that I had dividers in. So each divider, is labeled, and each divider is also a different color. Let's see, what other ones do I have? I have a green one. So you could use a 3-ring binder with dividers. Now you can get dividers that have pockets on them. So that way, if you're using a 3-ring binder, you should have a different colored label and divider for each class, and hopefully a pocket on the divider. This binder also has a pocket in the front, but you can use this to organize. Put your papers in between the dividers for each class. Now, if you use this, you have to have a hole punch to hole punch your stuff and get it securely in there. I'm going to go back a minute with the folder. Now, you can also use Post-it notes in your folder or in your binder. And you can use these Post-it notes to write down, oh, they mentioned that we're having a test next Wednesday. So I might want to write that on this Post-it note, test next Wednesday, and put the date. Or maybe there's homework that you need to remember to do. So you're going to write that down, or a quiz or a project. I think that it makes it for a quick, easy glance if you have like a little Post-it note in each of your folders for each class. So that's one way to get organized. Another important way to be organized is to have a planner, a calendar planner. Now that's a big one, but you can get smaller ones that can fit into your backpack really easy, or you can get like pocket calendars that are like about that big, and those could fit inside a folder really easily. But you can use those calendars for writing down, again, when you have a test or when you have a project that's going to be due. And let's say I have a project due in 2 weeks. I'm going to write that on my calendar, and then I am going to try and formulate a general plan on how to do a little bit of work each day or throughout the week, so that by the time I get to that date in 2 weeks, I'm not going to be like scrambling last minute to get it done, but I'm going to be working steadily towards getting that done. I will fully admit, when I was in school, I was a procrastinator. I would wait until the last minute. And when I did that, I would get so stressed. I'd be in such a bad mood, but I would get it done, and I would get it done well. But there's no point in putting yourself through all that anxiety and all that stress waiting till the last minute. Just plan ahead and kind of do 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, and eventually you'll have that done, and probably even before the due date. The other way to stay organized is on your Chromebook. There's, if you open a new tab, up at the top, you have those like 9-dot square thing up in the right corner. And if you click on that, a list of like a Google Doc, Google spreadsheet, it gives you all these options. Well, one of those is a calendar. You can use that to put in there, oh, I have a test, or I have a quiz, or I have something like that, and put that in there, and it will pop up reminders to you. You have to set how often you want a reminder, but it will pop up on your screen reminders when you set that. But that could be a great, easy reference point since you're on your Chromebook so much throughout the day. So using that Google Calendar would be really, really great. Now, I have seen some of your folders. I have seen your backpacks. I have seen inside some of your lockers. And what I see is like piles of crumbled up papers in the locker or overflowing out of backpacks, or I see folders where, you know, where it's like this, um, papers just kind of coming out all ways. That's not helpful for you, because you're going to lose stuff. You're going to lose papers. You're going to not be prepared. And I know a lot of your classes give study guides for tests. They give you ample information to be able to study for tests and quizzes. Use all the little homework that you do, or all the little class worksheets, things that you do on your Chromebook in class. Those are all to prepare you for your test. So go back and review those things. It takes 10 minutes a night just to review what you have done in class that day or the day before. And you do that enough times, it sticks with you. You don't have to be spending hours at a time studying for a test. If you just take 10 minutes every night to go and review all the worksheets that you've done that week, every day that week, that information will stick with you. And if you don't understand the information that you're getting in class, ask your teacher. Your teachers want you to succeed. They want you to succeed and get those A's, B's, or C's. They want you to be feeling good about being a student. So they are there to help you. If you have questions, ask for help. They will help you with that. The other thing that I think is super important to be doing as a way of staying organized and stuff is two things. One, every day you should be checking your Skyward and checking your grades and seeing if there's any missing assignments. You should always know what grade you have in each of your classes. That should be something you check every day. The other thing that you should be checking every day, and this is going to maybe make me sound like an old fogey, but every day you should be checking your emails. Every morning you should check your email, and at the end of the day, every day you should check your email. As you move into higher grades, high school, college, that is how a lot of teachers and professors communicate with their students, is through email. And in college, that's how a lot of students communicate with each other, because there's a lot of group projects and things like that they work on together, and study groups. They get together and study for classes. So to kind of teach yourself to get in a habit of that, check those emails every day. I know there's been a few times I have sent emails to some of the students here, and they don't check it, so they don't get it. And it's important information. So please be checking your emails every day. Use your emails as a way to communicate to your teachers if you are too scared to ask a question in class, or if you want to know if you can do extra credit, or how to study for a test, or anything like that. If you can't ask in person because there's not enough time, or you're too anxious or whatever, email your teacher. They will respond to you, okay? Again, they want to help you succeed. So I hope this video is really helpful. I want you guys to spend some time as a class talking about how do you stay organized for school, and the things that I kind of mentioned. Are there any of those that you think would be really, really helpful? And teachers, maybe share with them, when you were a student, what did you do to stay organized? Were you someone that was organized? I fluctuated. Sometimes I'd be super organized and I'd have all my stuff where it needed to be. And sometimes I would not be so organized, but eventually I'd get so sick of not being organized that I'd get reorganized. So, and I'm sure Mr. Floyd could say that's exactly how her closet is at home. It is. So I want you guys to talk about how you can stay organized and would that help you in your academic success or not? So, a couple of things to talk about there. What do you do to stay organized? What can you do to stay organized? And will that help you in any way? I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. When I see you in the hallway, smile, say hi. I love to talk to you guys. Bye.